Four comedians are also real good friends, working on jokes, the fun never ends. They're asking each other, is this anything?
Hey guys.
What's up?
Rob.
How's it going, man?
I'm good, man. Just no guest today, so I'm just chilling out. Nice and relaxed. Hope everyone else is doing good.
Yeah, I heard that you fled the country. Is there any truth to that rumor that this has something to do with the FBI?
Oh, no. Of course, pay no attention to what's going on in the background either.
Okay.
Grab my location.
Because I actually do have a guest, Special Agent Smithers, today.
I'm sorry. What'd you name your special agent?
I didn't name him. Okay, he's a real agent, and yes, he gets The Simpsons.
Sorry, I know. I just heard a crash. Going on. I just heard a crash from upstairs, and I wanted to make sure that my fiance was not dead.
Oh yeah, because then you'd have to find a new assistant.
Then who would bring me ice when I get warm?
How is your AC fixed?
Nope. Jesus. I'm sitting on an ice pack right now to try to take my body temperature down.
Wow.
These are like the two hottest days of the year.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Rob. Is it? Are they?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
My AC works when I'm hot.
What'd you say?
My AC works when I'm hot. It's so hot.
It is really hot.
Rob, I wish you were in a kiddie pool, as you were saying. It's hot. It is hot. It's so hot right now.
Awesome. All right, I'm just going to launch right into this. Hi, everyone.
And now with the intro, Rob Ryan.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Is This Anything? My name is Rob Ryan.
This is Rob Ryan doing an intro.
I am joined with
Rob Ryan exclusive.
I am joined by Anthony Kapfer, Brett Druck, and Jarret Berenstein. We are four friends, and between the four of us, we have over 4 decades of stand-up comedy experience, and we take bits, half-brained ideas that we've come up with over the course of this pandemic so far, and we pitch them to each other, punch them up, riff on them, all for your entertainment. Jarret, why don't you tell us what the order is today?
All right, today we are doing Jarret, Rob, Anthony, and Brett.
And that was Jarret with the
have
order.
a pirate's laugh in the middle of that.
How dare you? How dare you? Still sore about me calling your joke dumb from last episode.
I think it set a bad example, personally.
Jarret, watch your fucking back this episode, man. I'm coming for you. I am not letting a single thing go by.
I think, no joke, that we can shorten the intro to just, hey, welcome to Is This Anything? Jarret, take us away, because the intro song will cover the premise.
Oh, yeah.
That is true.
It's going to be like an 80s TV show theme where we tell the whole premise.
Yeah. On episode
Couple
1,
of guys
here's what happened.
working on jokes. Everybody's friends.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Like that?
All right, fine. One more intro.
Hey, we're working on the song, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Is This Anything? Previously on Is This Brett had dumb jokes.
We should
Anthony was
100% do.
No, I was pursuing legal action against him.
I forget. Imagine
I've done nothing.
On, but the guy is has a bad memory. Previously on Homeland, Carrie, something happened, and then the guy with the beard, he came in. And,
Carrie talked to the guy. Do you remember the guy who?
The guy.
He had the hat and very
he was
spooky.
He was on season 2 of The Wire, and
the woman from My So-Called Life, she did a couple things, but I don't really remember what it was.
Anyways, that guy was like.
You should watch.
That's the gist of it.
Anyways, that guy was like. Are you serious? You know. He was like, you can't do that. Real dramatic. And then, yeah.
There we go.
Okay, so our order for this week is Jarret, Rarb, Anthony, and Brett. All right, so I guess that's me. I guess I get started. Gonna start my timer. Here we go. I got a little one-liner here for you guys right at the top.
This is Jarret with a one-liner.
Previously on one-liners.
Starting my time over again.
Here's Jarret with the timer.
He looks nervous.
Ooh, Jarrett's restarting his timer. It's a bold move, but I believe it falls within the parameters. All right. Here we go. I have a problem with false advertising.
Excellent.
Like
setup.
for years.
He's really going for it, folks.
Ooh, making sure not to set off the justification machine right at the very top. Strong justification.
Jarret looks a little rattled. Let's see how he proceeds.
I think the interruption really got to him this time, folks.
See if
He also looks
acclimate.
he also looks a little wet.
Who knows if the sweat is due to the anxiety from the interruptions or his lack of air conditioning.
He has been experiencing lack of air conditioning for about a week now. Let's see if
See
this
how it affects his performance.
I have a problem.
I will mute myself, Jarret. How about that?
You
I
have so
can't hear you
little.
chewing, but I can hear everything else.
You have so little self-control, Rob, that you're like, the only option here is to take off them. I'll go outside, Jarret. I'll go outside.
I won't even listen to the jokes. Just do it.
Okay. Do we have any more giggles that we need to?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I want to hear the joke.
All right. I have a problem with false advertising. Like for years, I have been using a therapeutic moisturizer, but I still have abandonment issues.
Wait, say it again.
I have a problem with false advertising. Like for years, I've been using a therapeutic moisturizer, but I still have abandonment issues.
Okay. Have you? Did you consider doing like a play off of like No Tears shampoo or something like that as one of your? Because you could probably do a few of these. Because I like it, but I wonder if doing an easy one first might help people understand. What you're getting at.
So you're saying like no more tears, but I was just bawling after I watched Inside Out.
You don't. There's no tears while you're in the shower, but afterwards, they don't tell you. No help. Johnson and Johnson is of no use to you once the shower is
That's
off.
really funny. That's really funny.
What is the joke? I'm missing it. I'm really
If
sorry.
Rob can't talk, he can't listen.
Rob is like, I was thinking, Rob's too distracted by his food. He's like, I heard I have a problem with rice, beans, cheese, lettuce.
I really like the part where you go crunch, 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 crunch.
Yummy, yummy, yum, yumma, yumma in my tumma.
It was.
I have a problem with false advertising. Like for years, I've been using a therapeutic moisturizer, but I still have abandonment issues.
Oh, I kept on missing that word therapeutic. I couldn't figure out why moisturizer. I was like, what the hell is happening? Okay.
Yeah, actually, that was what I was going to say. Is a therapeutic moisturizer is not. It's not a common enough
Thing.
thing for me to be like, oh, therapeutic moisturizer. Mm-hmm. Like I don't think
I got it from my shaving cream. Is shaving cream a little bit more thing? Because I remember looking at my shaving cream and seeing it described as a therapeutic skin.
I've never seen
shaving
any
cream or
kind
something.
of lotion or anything, any kind of product like that that's described as
That
therapeutic.
says therapeutic.
Yeah.
I think you might have to.
Maybe therapeutic
Say-
massage lotion.
Oh,
That would ring a little bit more.
I have two issues. One is what Brett is saying, that it's a little obscure for a product. And then two, therapeutic does not make me instantly think of therapy. And that's been my issue. Because once I literally did not hear therapeutic twice, because I was just like, oh, hand lotion or moisturizing lotion or whatever he said. That's the important part. And then I was like, what? What did I mentally block out? And it was therapeutic both times. I'm just saying that that's honestly how it registered for me. So I'm thinking that it's therapeutic that's hurting me. Even where it's like, it would be closer, and you made me think of this, if I bought a therapy dog, but he doesn't work because, he doesn't write down anything. He's a bad listener, or he doesn't give me any good advice.
No,
I
no
like
feedback.
therapy dogs. Yeah.
no feedback.
No
I like
feedback,
that.
yeah.
I also think if with a more specific example, I like the joke, but a more specific example would get me a little bit more. I've been using therapeutic lotion, but I still cry when I think about my mother not holding me when I was 4.
When I think about my parents' divorce.
And I think that it might also help if you're what is it, moisturizer?
Yeah.
It might help if you say it in the way of like, my moisturizer says it's therapeutic, but whatever.
Yeah.
Because I think we were all skipping over it because we didn't know which word was important. Therapeutic moisturizer. So it could have been, since you said moisturizer as the last thing, some people might be like, moisturizer, daddy issues, or whatever what was the?
Abandonment issues.
Abandonment issues.
We cannot remember any part of your joke, Jared.
I know. I like the concept.
Charlie Brown parent sounds. It's like,
But I think
you're
that's-
underwater. I don't know what's going on.
I really like the concept, though. But I think that those are all reasons why maybe it's a little unclear. It might take a little bit more explanation, where you say like the moisturizer says it's supposed to be therapeutic, but I still have abandonment issues or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That last part.
The premise of the joke is great.
Yeah, I love the premise of the joke. And what Anthony just said was going to be my fix as well, which is the idea that, well, after he said it, what I mean is, because you said you don't like false advertising, I think that you should lean into the fact you're like, my lotion, my hand lotion, my moisturizing lotion says on the bottle that it's specifically therapeutic. But I don't think so. I'm still, whenever I think about my parents' divorce, I'm still dead, whatever it is.
Yeah.
There might be something to that more.
Okay.
Because then I don't mind the word
maybe my
therapeutic
parents-
nearly as much.
Maybe my parents would still be together if they saw how soft my skin is.
That's a really good tag. I like that a lot. Okay, so this next one is something that I've done a couple of times, and it's very inconsistent. I want to see if you guys have
Sex?
good sex. Any good what do you call it, notes for this one? And it's also related to the laziness chunk that we've been hitting a lot. Guys, you're driving me insane. It's too hot. It's too hot in here, all right?
Jarret is succumbing to the heat.
Every interruption, it means that I have to sit under this hot light longer. This is only half joking, but this fury that I...
Do you have a light on?
I do have a light, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jarret, you've been so patient.
You've been really patient.
I would have lost it a while ago.
I'm deeply sorry. You did.
It's okay. I'm so warm.
But inconsistently, and then I said, "Was it sex?" And I apologize.
You just wanted to say it again.
Oh boy.
That was on me.
All right.
Won't happen again.
This is why I don't like going first.
All right. All right. This is something that I've used before. That is, it's very inconsistent, and so I wanted to see what you guys thought about it. I'm a big fan of action movies. I love movies that have assassins in it, and I feel like whenever there's an assassin in a movie, there's always a scene where he puts his guns together. He gets the call and he's like, "All right, I got the job," and then he puts the silencer on and he like checks the clip and like does the thing and moves the thing over. That's how you can tell he's a good assassin. He doesn't check the manual once. He's never like, wait, does that fucking part go that thing? I say, no, he just knows. He just squish, squish, squish and chick, and And I'm watching that and I'm also like, I could never be an assassin because I know that there would be some day when I would get a call and I would be like, God damn it. I gotta put my guns together again. I just took my guns apart from the last job. If they had called me 5 minutes earlier, my guns would be together right now, and I wouldn't have to undo them again. I should just keep one gun together. So I don't have, if it ever just a job that I don't want to do this for, I'll just have it. All right. So that's the bit. That's the whole thing.
It's just like a small tack, but I would like the idea of when he's checking the manual and all that stuff. If there was somehow extra parts. You ever put together furniture and you're like, what use this thing? Is this an extra in case I lost it or did I do it wrong?
That's really funny.
That there would be an extra piece.
I like that.
And then he goes to shoot and there's no trigger and he's like, I
like that.
I actually forgot that there was a second part to that joke where I go, talk about how many guns assassins have in those movies, and it's like they always put together like 100 guns. They've only got 2 hands. Like it's at one point you cross the line from professional to hoarder. Like one of those calls is not going to be a real assassination. It's going to be an intervention. And just be like, you've got too many guns, Gustav.
I like that.
Well, what would a hoarder say if you were to confront them about having too many? I don't know. Pottery.
I guess it's like, I need these. What if, blah, blah, blah happens. I've only seen like little bits of the TV show Hoarders, so I don't have that stuff.
That gun is from
my
uncle, my great uncle Jimmy gave that to me when I was 7.
That's my favorite gun. I killed the president of the Ukraine with that gun.
Yeah.
It doesn't even work anymore though. You never use this gun.
There are two portions of this. There's 2 angles of this that I really like, and the one is exactly as you're saying, which is the putting together of the thing. So extra pieces that makes me laugh. But then I also think about, I don't know, even if it's just misplacing things, you're just like, because I love that act out, but I want there to be more. When you said I should leave one gun out, I was like, all right, there we go. That was like the next example of a thing that I really was all for. I'm trying to think about, if you did you misplace your silencer? Is the scope potentially like okay, when you're planning for a trip somewhere and you're doing something, you may have all the equipment at home, but then there's always the guess of like, what should I take with me? Are you a worried wart kind of a killer where you're just like, I mean, I should take the scope, but like, what if he's 100 meters away? And then I should probably take both scopes. Just take both scopes.
You're an assassin that's going through the airport with like 4 bags. It's a 1-day trip.
It's a one-day trip. Well, I brought the.
Are you killing an entire militia? What is going on here? No, it's just one guy. I'm just one guy.
I don't know if I'm going to be short range or long range. I don't. I just. I took everything. I'm sorry.
I want to be prepared.
It's just one guy. He's in a wheelchair. He's on dialysis. But I don't know. Maybe he gets better, and I got to do a lot of running or something.
Yeah, I really like this
Really
guy,
funny.
especially if he's joining a team of assassins.
Yeah.
What do you need all that for? You're like, if I was on a team of assassins, I would be the guy who, and then maybe there's a situation where they do need something, and
Oh,
you
it's
have
dark
it, you're
out.
like,
Oh,
aha!
who brought the night goggles?
The night goggles. Oh shit.
I wanted to do, building on that idea, I want to do something with like how teams like that usually have like specialties. Like there's an explosives guy and, like and a short range guy or whatever. And like somebody, like the martial artist forgets his nunchucks and they'd be like, oh, well. No.
I like the idea of team.
I guess I'm not such an asshole for bringing extra nunchucks then.
I brought nunchucks. I brought a silencer. I got sandwiches. It's hungry. You're gonna get hungry. It's gonna be a long stakeout.
Akira, you need to hydrate.
That's good.
There was another element to this that I liked as well. I forgot what it was. Yeah, that's all great. That's all really funny.
Yeah, where were you having problems in the joke?
It's just really inconsistent. It's like the looking things up in the manual,
Even that's not consistent?
doesn't get a consistent laugh. It's like I would say it has like a 20% success rate. Like 20% of the times I do it, it's like a killer,
Right.
and then every other time people are like, huh.
That's weird.
Like that.
Checking the manual is very funny to me.
Yeah, can you do that, just that beginning part again?
Yeah, sure. I like action movies a lot. I like movies where they have like an assassin, and I feel like in movies with assassins, they always have a scene where the assassin puts his gun together, and he gets the job, and he's like, okay, all right, I'm on it, and he hangs up the phone, and he starts like twisting the silencer on, and he starts like putting the clip in, and he's got to chit the little part there, he's got to check this little flip there. That's how you can tell he's a great assassin. He doesn't check the manual once when he's putting that gun together. He's like, wait, does that fucking piece go over that side? It's fucking A1, I guess. That's that part.
It's very funny. I'm surprised it
like
doesn't hit
that.
I'm
that
surprised too.
consistently.
But if trimming was the name of the game by any means, I might go ahead and just frame it like, when the assassin. I always like the assassin. It's like, I don't think I could be an assassin. It's not because of the killing person part. I think I'd be good at that. I'd be bad with the equipment. I just, that's too much for me. Like they're always great with the equipment. They're like, got the job, and they do the thing. I would just, that's where I would be like, I'm just bad with having all the extra pieces. I would always be checking the manual, whatever. I don't know if it's better for having him to check the manual or for you to be checking the manual. I don't know, but checking the manual.
yeah.
I mean, these are all options to try on stage to see which ones work better.
I
do.
do think, because you go into the second part of if I were an assassin, I think going into that earlier, always when
Yeah.
you make it about you, that's gonna bump up at least the consistency a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I would like the manual thing more, I think, even if it was you. Because jumping right into what you would do as an assassin that's way funnier than the idea that this movie assassin doesn't. Of course, they're not looking at the manual; it's a movie. But if you were an assassin, then you would, and I like that a lot. I don't know if Brett you had a joke a while back about something with force fields and tech support or something, but I don't know if it steps on it. If there was something about being on the phone with tech support about the gun or whatever.
I don't think so.
Just because all of those things.
I love the pieces that don't fit, the pieces that you lose. All that stuff that you're just not organized. You're like, it's like when I open up if I ever get like a clipper, like a razor clipper, I open it up and I'm just like, there's like 17 different sizes, and I'm just like, all right, well, that's just gonna live under my sink somewhere. I only really need the one size, right? And then you're like, shoot, I've lost all my sizes, and where's the little brush that's supposed to clean? Yeah, the attachment.
The little brush.
Where's the little brush? I need the brush. You lose everything instantly because you're just so focused on that one thing. You're not organized. It's not. It's like
I get my new gun in the mail, and I'm like, am I ever going to use a silencer?
Yeah.
I'm never going to use a silencer.
Right. Until the day
All
you
right,
need
I'll
it.
just
You're
throw this
like,
away. There's
Honey, do you know where the silencer is? It's
All right, boys,
Plastic bag
silencers
full of
on.
silencers. I got all kinds of silencers. It's just a bag of loose I have a drawer.
I have a drawer of
I
loose
have a
silencers.
drawer of silencers.
And scopes. What am I going to do with all these scopes?
I don't know what scope goes with
80
which
meters,
gun.
5 meters, 90 meters, 100. You 5 meter increments for all these.
Just loose bullets. I don't
I've got
even
the
know where
red
they
laser.
go.
The red laser won't attach to the gun. I've got the attachment that can. What's the attachment I need to attach to the gun so I can attach the laser to the gun? That's what I need. I need that part. Same deal when I buy tripods. I'm like, what about the black thing that goes in and out of the thing? It's connected to. I need that. I can't put the camera on the tripod.
You open up the drawer that has the loose pieces. There's just like a bunch of old pens that don't work in there. Pair of
I don't know if
sunglasses.
you've had
Just
this
a-
experience.
Just full of batteries and bullets.
I need 9mm armor-piercing bullets.
You're not sure if you can trust the manual, if the manual may be wrong, because some of it is not written properly. That's definitely happened to me where I'm like, it says to put this here, this isn't working. Am I messing this up, or is this manual wrong? Because some of these sentences don't even make sense. So how can I trust the manual?
Yeah.
And then you're just this weird waffle. All right, maybe that's nothing, but I got it.
No. I'm with you. Because then you could write. Because then, I mean, something that I think I would want to like put down on paper before I try to improvise it. But it would be something like, attach the clip to the clip entrance unit.
Right.
Like, attach the clip to the clip entrance unit. Like,
Where is
that's
that?
where that goes in the clip, right?
Oh yeah, I like that concept, but I guess I've only experienced manuals being confusing and not necessarily that they're just blatantly
Incorrect.
wrong.
Yeah.
So I like that idea.
I have.
But also, I think it might be more universal, just that it's confusing rather than wrong. Yeah.
I do like the confidence that Brett knows that his manuals have been wrong, and then we pan over to all his furniture, and it's like,
Yeah. Maybe we need that kind of confidence. Maybe
you
I
believe
have
these-
experienced it, but I thought I was wrong.
can you believe these ding dongs thought that the arm for this chair was supposed to go like that? Good lord. Yeah. No, I did it right, man. I did it right. Look at this. Look at this. This works. I'm right. They're wrong. All right, that's my time. Thanks so much, guys. What am I thanking you for? You guys fucking ruined my day. Ruined my life.
Just about to go. This is Jarret finishing his segment.
And he's stuck
Thanking
to
us
landing.
for
He
no
will
reason.
shake.
I'm sorry I called your joke dumb, Brett. Jesus.
I have to point out that I jumped in once
I
the
know,
other
I
guys
know.
went for it, but I was the lead.
I know, but in my brain, you organized this over a second Facebook group message. Oh boy,
No,
that's funny.
they just smell blood.
I was just having a good time. I've had
They
such
could
a
tell
bad
that you were weak, that you're sweaty and uncomfortable. This is a man who we can get to cry, I think, if we hit it hard enough.
We don't think about you that much.
Thank you, Anthony.
I'm just kidding.
All right, so next up is Rob.
Nice.
Don't forget to start recording, Rob.
Yeah, I want to record now. I had an afterthought on your thing. Yes, everything about that concept is super funny if it becomes about you pretty quickly. That's what I keep on thinking. I'm reminded actually of another Dane Cook joke, weirdly enough, where he was talking about that he doesn't think he'd be able to go to war not because of the killing people, but because of the weather. Like where we fight wars. It's always too hot or something. And he said, I think I'd be able to fight a war in like, I don't know, Central Park in autumn? Like the war of Central Park in autumn. It's just like, it's such a funny line. But
really funny.
I see the similarities in your joke where you're like, I can't be an assassin because I'm disorganized. And that's just like such a clear concept. I'm disorganized. So, and then every single example of buying furniture, an IKEA box, a thing with different lenses, a thing with whatever. It just all plays. It's all super funny. Great job. Yeah, really funny.
Sweet. All right, glad you guys liked it.
Now we have Rob Ryan, Dane Cook's biggest fan, with his.
You can buy Dane Cook's newest album on iTunes and Spotify.
All right.
All right, here we go. I only had a couple of smaller ones today. Hey, how come when the Native Americans used the entire buffalo, that was respectful, noble, of the earth? But when Burger King uses the entire chicken to make nuggets, that's disgusting.
I like that a lot.
Sure, natives ate the meat, they made clothes and tents from the skin, they made tools of the bones. But when McDonald's grinds beak and feet into a meat slurry, now that's inappropriate? I don't know. That's my gripe for the day.
Go ahead,
Brett.
Jared. No, you're hot.
I'm not falling for that trick again.
I was going to say, go do the exact same. They turn this into the tent, this into the tent. But with McDonald's, they just turn everything into a nugget.
Yeah. Should I do one the nugget, and then one the nugget, then one the nugget, like that?
That's what I was thinking too.
I like that a lot too.
Okay. Sure, they ate they turned the meat into this, they made the skin into that, whatever. But when McDonald's turns the beak into nuggets and the feet into nuggets, and the brains into nuggets, now
the bones into nuggets,
The cartilage into nuggets.
and the box that it came in into nuggets.
I do like that.
Yeah, that was going to be my suggestion, and maybe changing the perspective of it as not somebody who's like, I don't understand why this is good, but maybe saying something like, I remember learning about the Native Americans in school, and I think that that's what, and that's how McDonald's came up with their recipe for chicken nuggets.
Interesting. You don't like my sort of exasperation or indignance there?
No. I like it. I was just saying it could be another fun structure thing to play with.
Gotcha.
Where you say like you get to play a McDonald's executive who's like oh look, the Native Americans turned the skin into a tent and they turned the intestines into bow. We could take the beak and turn it into nuggets and the feet and turn it into nuggets. Something like that.
Is that true? Intestines into bow?
I was just
okay.
Thinking what could they use the intestines for? You're thinking a bow for like a bow and arrow, right? And not like a bow that you put on a present.
Happy birthday! Oh,
it's slimy.
bloody!
I don't like it.
It's full of bile or whatever.
What is up with you hates gifts? You always hate gifts.
Don't look a gift intestine in the mouth.
And then the present is actually just another part of the buffalo.
It's the skull.
It's brain.
Some of these are real stretches, like we use the liver for this, we use this, and the appendix, we just give it to our friends. We just say, here you go, it's a gift. This is a nice thing that we do.
It's a paperweight.
It's one of those stress balls. Here's a pancreas. You'll feel better.
I do like the idea that they're stretching some of the things that they actually. Yeah, we use every part of it. Really, what is that point for? It's a lot of things.
We got all these extra pieces, though. That's the problem.
I know what you're thinking. Like, what do we do the spleen for? That's for it's a puppet. See? Hello, I'm Mr. Spleen. The kids, you entertain kids with it. Put on a show at the end of the year with all the spleens. It's great.
I'm very glad that you mentioned that. I can get to that in a second. Put a pin in that, but go ahead and talk about the first part.
So Jarret, I like that a lot, and I do find that indignation for me personally, when the audience knows the answer, is not believable. So that's why I like Jarrett's note a lot.
Converse opinion about that, though. I think it was Richard Jennings or something. He did the indignation thing about how every time you send an old people to Florida, like a couple years later, they're dead. And he's like, what is it? Is it the water? Is it the food? Every time someone's grandparents go to Florida, 5 years later, 10 years later, dead. What are they doing with them down there? So yeah, sometimes if it's so obvious, then it becomes funny again. But sure. I get your point, Brett.
Yeah, I just find that it's a harder sell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think in this case it would. To me, I'm trying to imagine how the structure would work if it wasn't just something he was upset about. Mm-hmm, but to me, I think that's part of what makes it funny. So I would have to hear the new wording Is there a new structure to see if I think that's if that would improve
Yeah.
the joke?
Well, you know what's interesting, and Brett and Jarret, you're both totally right. Like I am aware at least of the risks of trying to trick the audience into thinking I'm stupider than I am just for the sake of this joke. But I guess it doesn't. I think it's just as much of a potential. I wouldn't say risk, but like I'm going to, I can't, like, if I did the way you were saying, Jarret, now I'm just pretending like, oh, that's probably where they got this idea from. Like, obviously that's not true. so that's just as much of a stretch of logic. So I'm combining two really quirky, kooky, weird ideas. And so, yeah, I guess part of the struggle would be like, well, how am I actually justifying this? And the goofiest, silliest way was my solution so far. But Brett's right. It's a risk. Sometimes audiences are like, you know the answer. Why are you pretending like you don't know the answer to that?
I was just throwing it out as a possibility.
You're 100% right.
I don't have a buffalo in this race.
And Rob, was it your joke that we were tagging with the Native Americans following the buffalo, and the buffalo were like, what? So you could have a whole buffalo chunk.
Yeah, I was thinking because, as a matter of fact, this is.
Have you guys ever had
McDonald's buffalo chunks?
Same joke? Same joke, Anthony.
What was yours?
Brett were actually
burger.
I was gonna say, have you guys ever had buffalo chunk? Oh, nom, 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 nom. Good, and it really makes good insulation for your house. Also,
And you know what it's made out of? Chicken beak.
Yes, actually, from a couple weeks ago, we had an episode, and I was talking about how the people are just like, hey, Indians, this is actually natives' land, and then the buffalo were like, hold my beer or whatever I said,
Right.
and then it's kind of implying that, well, the Native Americans came in here and just started fucking taking charge of all these other animals, and then you guys had correctly sort of said, yeah, but they did so with like a bit of sustainability, and they used all the animal. So then this was like almost my response, my joke logical response to that, to say, well, I was thinking about the chicken. I was like, well, why is it so kind and nice of them? And it's so, they're so in touch with the planet. They used all the buffalo. But when we grind an entire chicken just down into like a chicken slurry, now that's gross. So that made me chuckle. So that was my thought. The second part of this, which I have much less developed, but it's actually a totally unrelated idea that I've had for a very long time. This was back when I was a kid, actually, so this wasn't even a joke. This was just a legitimate gripe. Do you ever remember doing some kind of recycling project as a kid in like second or third grade, where you'd take like an old milk carton and you turn it into a bird feeder, or you take an old egg carton and turn it into some nonsense? You're like, oh, you could plant plants here. It was like a fun art project, but my teachers always really pushed the recycle aspect of it, and I swear to God, my little autistic brain as a kid or whatever, I was just like, that's not practical. We eat eggs every week. We're not going to be making bird feeders every fucking week. It's like, how many bird feeders do I fucking need? Some of these milk cartons are going to go to the trash. I'm sorry. We're not. I know my family goes through 2 milk cartons a week. So what are you talking about? It always frustrated me, because I was like, this isn't a long-term solution to the problem.
That's funny that's what they're like, what do we do about, it's cool. 1 out of every 1,000 milk cartons will be used for an art project.
a birdhouse.
The rest of them right in the garbage, but we're making a difference. Yep.
Yeah. So this buffalo thing reminded me of that, and then you guys actually started to touch on it, where it's like, they used all the buffalo. I'm like, they couldn't have used all of the buffalo every single time. Sure, they always ate it, but like at some point, if the tent's already made and the clothes are already made, like they're not going to use the skin for more clothes. They don't have to keep on using the bones for more tools. Some of it's going to go like the way the milk carton did. Anyway, so that was it.
Nobody ever talks about that, where like they have a use for every piece.
Yeah,
but they might be like, we already have a hammer.
Well, yeah.
Bury the bones. I don't know what the fuck you want me to do. Like, nobody ever talks about.
Is the buffalo the most perfectly scaled instrument?
Exactly.
The most perfectly scaled animal, where You know, you go hunting and just be like, see if you can find one with a small liver because we are so overstocked right now.
That's why every tribe had one member named Hordes with Fury.
It's funny. Anyway, is that too heady of an idea? Am I just getting too lost in the weeds there? Because
No,
to me,
I-
it's
I
crystal
like
clear.
it.
It's clear as day that like you can't possibly have the rate of going through the buffalo. You can't possibly eat it at the same rate that you're creating clothes and teepees from it. At the same rate that you're creating tools from the bones. Some of it's going to waste.
I mean, I
Well, what
don't
if-
I don't know enough to argue that
Yeah, I
you're
guess.
wrong.
What if- what if
But I
there
also am skeptical that you're right. Like they may have found a way where
Some kind of a
really
solution
balance.
or
Yeah.
trading or something.
I'm sure there's a way to look. Oh, maybe trading. I like the idea that there's a couple of hoarders that are Native Americans, and they're creating teepees just to store the extra parts. So they're using the skin and just putting it in there. It's like just throw it in there. That's what it is for now. And it's just like a bunch of
Their
extra.
attic.
Yeah.
Well, what about this idea? What about like somehow they run out of something that they need from the buffalo, but they're also full, and so they're like, I guess we have to eat more buffalo now. Like, oh god.
that's funny.
It's just because my teepee blew over. Now I need a new fur to put on it, and we're all just stuffed. I don't know what we're going to do. That's probably why they smoked weed in their peace pipes, so they could get hungry again, so they could eat more buffalo.
I'm thinking about combining your ideas, your pitches from earlier to this concept where maybe I just call into question the difficulty of using everything at the same rate. So I was wondering if, like, does anybody check on that? Like, were they committed to using all of the buffalo? Did someone actually, like, make sure, like, hey, are you guys, whatever? Like, yeah, no, we are. See, this, we made a sock puppet out of this. This is good. And for this part, we made a xylophone with the ribs. See? Look at that. Or whatever. I don't know.
Are you saying now that this could be the introduction to the joke, is exploring this, stemming from your experience as a kid with the milk cartons or whatever? Because I think that's funny on its own, and I don't know if you were pitching it as part of the joke or just explaining why you thought of the joke, but I think it could be the introduction, and then you go into, but when Burger King does it, it's disgusting or whatever. Like that's
Okay.
I think that's kind of a funny.
I had an idea for another example of like stretching it out. Like, how many of those things just became earrings? You know, just like, oh, these you'll never guess. They're hooves.
If you wanted to do a shorter version of the idea, you could go the route of we were taught to reuse these things just the way the Native Americans would use every part of the buffalo. And I tried doing that for a year, and you guys should really see my milk carton couch and but just go into what would happen if you actually did that.
That's funny.
Say or I did it, and then this is what I ended up with.
I like that. That's cool too. I don't know. These seem like at first disparate ideas, and now I'm creating links to them. So it could work, it could not. But all these suggestions are great, and I'm glad you guys like it. At least
Yeah, I like it. A lot.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Yeah, that's really funny.
Awesome. Thank you for your thoughts. That's my time, guys.
All right.
Right.
Wow.
Next up is me,
Next up is Anthony.
Anthony.
Oh, right. I don't. I've been a little preoccupied, so all I have is some dumb ideas that I never brought up.
You guys ever hate it when someone who's supposed to be your friend steals your business from you? This guy knows what I'm talking about.
Steve Jobs knows what I'm talking about. This guy from Facebook knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so I have some dumb ideas.
Well, Jarret will get all right on those.
And I don't think I brought these up, but tell me if I did. You might have seen me on TV or in a movie if I had ever been in a slightly popular TV show or movie. Is that anything?
You might have
You might have seen me on TV or in a movie if I had ever been in a slightly popular TV show or movie.
If I had ever been in those things that were popular.
Or if I had ever been in a TV show or a movie that was even slightly popular. Maybe that's a better way to say it.
I don't know if the popular part is necessary. I think it works as you may have seen me in a movie or a television show if I had ever been in a movie or a television show.
Yeah, but I guess if it was just anybody. But I have been in both. I've been on a bunch of TV shows and a bunch of movies, but they're not. No one has ever heard of them. I mean, I was on Fox's Laughs. I was on CISO, where the comedy show. I'm in several movies that are on Amazon. Nobody.
Right.
And it's fine if that's not a joke. I have other stuff.
I think even though it's not truthful, it would be funnier to just say if I had been in those things.
Okay. This is something that I wrote.
Oh, wait, sorry, I just had an idea about that. It's almost like you could do like a Mitch Hedberg twist on it, you know? Like, I've been in a lot of movies and television that weren't very popular. And so sometimes people will be like, oh, have I seen you in a movie or a television show? And I'm just like, no. Something like that.
Well, I don't want it to be too much like his joke. I mean, obviously, I'm aware of his joke where it's like, where he's, what is it that you might have seen this next comedian on Letterman, and he's like, I think more people have probably seen me at the store. So I don't want it to be that joke.
Yeah.
But, so I don't know. If there's no way to make it funny without making it sound like I've never been in anything, then I don't really know if I want to use the idea at all, because it's, I mean, self-deprecation is funny when it's true, but if you got to make up stuff, I mean, it's as if I've never been in any of those things. So maybe that's an angle to explore. It's like, yeah, I've been in all these things, but you know, just I don't want it to be the Mitch Hedberg joke, but obviously he's a big influence, and I'm aware of that other joke. So that's just something.
I know. Maybe I'm obsessing over this too much, but I was thinking of other funny reasons why a person might have seen like your deep catalog of things that weren't like universally popular or universally watched, and someone's like, oh, hey, have I seen you in anything? And you'd be like, that depends. Are you the detective that was hired to research all the things that I've done or something? Like, I'm trying to think of like somebody whose job it would be specifically. Are you the FBI agent that is combing through all my material, you know, to see if I'm a threat or something? I don't know.
The copywriter who has to write the descriptions on IMDb.
That's better.
I love the idea that your entire catalog, everything you've ever done, are deep cuts.
That's it.
You have to be a real fan.
You have to. It's all B-sides.
Yeah.
It's all B-sides.
That's funny.
That every single fan of yours liked you before you were cool. all of your current fans. This funny character that you're like, you're never gonna get to the place. That's something about that.
And if you become a fan of mine tonight, you will have liked me before I'm cool.
Yeah. That's great.
This is not related.
In tandem.
I know. I remember a while back in my early 20s when I was playing in bands, I tried to create a Wikipedia page for myself, and it was up for like a few minutes, and then I got a notice that it was removed because I have not done anything of note, is what it said.
No.
So maybe that, you know, I don't know if that could be sort of incorporated, or maybe that's the thing more than saying, you know, more than saying you've never seen me or whatever. It's just the idea that I've done all this stuff, but none of it matters. I don't know.
Yeah. There's something I really like that concept of you, of that being you.
Having done nothing noteworthy.
Yeah, that you've done a lot, but nothing's noteworthy. There's something weirdly funny about that. Like if somebody made a biography of your life right now, it would be like the first 10 minutes of somebody else's biography.
Or like if I made
It's like the whole
it
yeah,
would be
your
like
movie.
from the guy that brought you hold on a second, let me look it up.
From Anthony Kapfer from Christmas '98 and Thanksgiving '98.
From just its home movies.
Just VHS tapes of home movies. You may have seen me on Thanksgiving 2001. That was the one where me and my mom got into a fight.
Actually, I got edited out of that one, so
You didn't make the final.
cutting room floor.
Cutting.
Too many white guys.
I wonder that could be a whole other joke. Just the idea of me getting edited out of. I mean, it could be sort of related to this idea, but yeah, just the idea that I'm so not famous that I've even been edited out of all the old home movies of Christmas and Thanksgiving.
That's very funny.
So I'll play with. I mean, I don't know if you guys have more for that, but even if the original joke ends up getting scrapped, I think there's some funny ideas that you guys brought up about just me having not ever done anything that anyone cares about.
Just for that last one, a format. I've been edited out of America's Got Talent. I've been edited out of an H&R Block commercial. I've been edited out of the new Scorsese movie. And actually, if you go and view your home movie from '95, I was in that. I was in that, but edited it out.
It was actually digitally changed to be Jabba the Hutt. Okay, let me see. This is somewhat related. I don't have a day job, so I have tons of free time to do all of the things that I can't afford.
Wondering if examples would help or be necessary or be good.
Nah.
I'm not sure.
Is that anything? Nobody has ever taken this much time to jump in, so I don't think it's anything. I'm going to go ahead and say.
No, I think I was joking. I think Rob's note is correct. You need examples.
Examples.
You'd love to watch Netflix all day, but you can't. You don't have a subscription.
Okay.
But I like that line. The line does work.
Yeah.
I think that this is more something than the first thing was. I didn't like the first thing as much. But then we talked about it for a long time, and then I was like, oh, maybe that is something.
I didn't
At
think
the
we
end
would talk
of-
about that. But
At the end of episode, we should rate everything on how much of a thing it is.
yeah. Well, I
And
didn't
the
think-
most thing of the whole episode.
Rob Ryan coming.
These
with
are
a
all things
7.8.
These are all things that have been in my notebook since we started doing all of these, and I've been like, nah, that's nothing. And
That's
I just don't. I'm just out of things. I haven't written anything this week, so
We're going to give you the Schrodinger's cat award for most things that are also not things.
I have.
I guess I was silent on that one just because I liked it a lot, and
Yeah.
I was silent on that one because I liked it a lot, and I was trying to figure out if there was another way to sort of like pull more value out of the one-liner and be like, I wonder if like adding something or taking away something would make it pop more. But I think it's a good joke.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really know if I've ever tried it, but it's just an idea I've had. But yeah, I can keep.
So what's something that you would want to do?
Could you
Now that you
say
have free
something
time.
like, I'm like a kid in a candy store who also doesn't have any money?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. What would be the examples? I don't have a day job. I guess I would want the examples to be like, what are things that artists can't focus on because they're working all day? I mean, all of those things cost money, right? Like, even if I was going to make a website,
You want to paint, but you want to paint, but you can only afford the brush, so you're just rubbing it against the canvas.
It's practice. Just getting comfortable with the brushes. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the examples would be of things that I, as a full-time artist, that I would like to do. But so I don't know. Do I have time for anything else?
I haven't been timing. I don't know about Rob. Maybe he was.
I started timing really late, like really late, to the point where it doesn't even make any sense. But you have
So
4
you-
minutes
so
and
you
30
have-
seconds
You
on that.
have 18 minutes left.
Let's see. Let me know. Is this anything? One time I was at a restaurant, and in the distance I could hear a baby crying loudly over the sounds of adult contemporary rock. So I asked the server to turn up the volume of the baby.
I like that. Anthony sticks to landing. Judges?
Yeah, I think that's pretty funny.
Yeah, another good joke that I'm just trying to think if there's any way to make it better.
Do you think that could actually work on its own, just without doing anything to it?
Yeah, I would like a more hated genre.
Yeah.
But I also was thinking maybe there's a screamo joke in there.
Oh, a screamo joke. Yeah, I guess I could be more. I could be more specific. Obviously, if I was going to, the go-tos, it could be Nickelback or Smash Mouth or whatever. But I don't want to. I think there's enough jokes about that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I guess I could change what the sounds are. Or something.
I heard a baby crying and Kanye was playing in the background. You weren't sure if it was his presidential speech.
I like turn. Could you? I think you said turn the volume of the baby up. But
Yeah.
I think I would laugh more if it just said, could you turn the baby up? Just,
Yeah.
and then just get to it quicker, because
Also do it more like
to me,
as a quote, like I'm doing
Yeah.
the act out.
Yeah. I think because I think that's a fun joke. I just think that, I don't think that you think it's a home run. Like, I don't think you think it's like a 10 out of 10. I think that you think
No.
it's like a 7 out of 10, let's say. So I think you should give it the amount of time and delivery of a 7 out of 10. Just hit it in, out, and move on with the next thing. And like, I hope that like that's not a knock at all on the joke. It's just
No.
I think you know where that lies. So I think the best thing is to just be like, I was at a restaurant and I heard shitty music here and then over baby crying, and I went to the waiter. I said, "Could you turn the baby up?"
Yeah.
I think if it's quick and you're in, you're out, and you're on to the next thing, it's like, oh, this guy's great. He just keeps on having these fun jokes one after another.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't think there's a way to turn that into a closer. It's going to be, it's just one that you throw in there. It's kind of fun.
Rob suggesting a less complex routine to get a perfect score.
No, but I do like that. Can you turn up the baby? Or
Yeah.
turn the baby up? Because, I guess I was trying to make the baby be the last thing that I say. So that's what I said.
Could you
I
turn up
asked
the
the
baby?
server to turn up the volume
I think
of the
baby
baby.
up does it for me a little bit more because it's got that P at the end.
Can you turn
Yeah.
the baby up?
Could you turn the baby up? And then the visual of what is it like to turn a baby up at all? It's just one added little goof that might
Yeah.
make it more fun.
So he went over and squeezed his nipples really hard or something.
And called the baby daddy for some reason.
That's the
I
first
don't
thing
know.
Jarret said in 2 or 3 minutes, by the way.
I was looking for that.
Came back up.
I was
He's like,
looking for
I
that.
was here. I was paying attention.
How do you turn up a baby? I've just been sitting here for 5 minutes. How
He's
do you
drawing
turn up a
diagrams.
baby? You know that thing where you look at your phone for a second and you're like, no one's going to notice. And then everybody does a bit about how you were looking at your phone for a second.
Yeah.
And I don't have any fucking AC. I was thinking of two unrelated things. I don't know if it's the right time to bring those up, but here we go. One is so many people shit on Nickelback. I think it would be a fun thing. Like, you know how the Pepsi Challenge, where they'd have people drink Pepsi versus Coke? There should be the Nickelback Challenge, where they just play a random Nickelback song to a person, and they go, this is actually not so bad. And they're like, it was Nickelback! They're like, what? Remember that, they bring like Burger King into like a fancy restaurant. They're like, these are good. You're like, it was Burger King the whole time. But we do that with Nickelback.
I was thinking more like a taste test challenge where it's like one of them is a crying baby and one of them is Nickelback, and the person's going to be like,
I can't tell.
Which one do I like better?
This is tough.
Well, that one
tastes
shits on
good.
Nickelback. I like the idea of shitting on the people who just decide to shit on
Automatically,
Nickelback.
yeah.
Automatically
That's
for no
fine.
reason. You're like, okay, but when was the last time you like knew that you were listening to a Nickelback song or whatever? So it's me trying to reverse that trend, but I like your idea as well. Second thing was your gun idea. I was thinking about the guy who's like slowly putting together his arsenal, but he doesn't have everything he wants yet. So he's got like, he's got like the little gun magazine. He's like, oh man, next year once I save up, I'm gonna get the next gun. Then I'll be able to kill people from God knows where. I can. It'll be great. Right now, I got like a Glock, and I'm gonna this and that. But it's. We never see the sniper, the assassin at that level in his career when he's kind of getting his bones together.
Yeah, right now I'm looking for something mid-range. Like I've got my sniper rifle and I have a knife. And so I think for me to be like a good, well-rounded assassin, I gotta have that mid-range thing,
Because people are coming in and they're asking me to kill people, but I'm just like, I'm not there yet. I'm just,
This is the assassin
I wanna be
telling
there.
his family where he's at in his career.
He's an amateur assassin. He's not even
Keep
professional.
comparing him to a more famous assassin.
right.
You do
Bobby from down the street, he killed the president of Uzbekistan. Why didn't you ever think about doing something like that?
Well, Bobby from down the street has rich parents, okay? So Bobby from down the street he had an arsenal by the time he was 16 years old. I had to work, all right?
Oh, have you killed anybody that I've heard about?
No, all right.
Oh, I'm still building my portfolio right now. There was a guy, there was this one banker, and they're like, ooh, like the CEO of Goldman Sachs or something. He's like, no, just the guy who worked at Chase. And his girlfriend was mad, so.
I had to strangle with my bare hands. I came from nothing, all right?
When I started this assassination business, I had one bullet.
I had to pull it
first
out
shot.
of the guy and repack the gunpowder.
All right, I built this with a
I
ground
couldn't
up.
even afford a gun. I would just put it up next to people and hit it with a hammer.
As a matter of fact, there he is. I pinned up my first kill on the wall, and I look at it every day, and it reminds me of what I wanted this business to be one day.
I'd like to thank Anthony for sacrificing some of his time for to do more work on my bit.
Yeah, I'm all about charity.
Yeah.
Amateur assassin, though. That's a hardy bet.
So back to Anthony's turn.
Anthony?
I don't know. You guys tell me.
I wasn't sure if he was texting my landlord.
I'm just looking.
Yeah, that's
to
what I
see.
was doing.
I don't know if I have time left
Yeah.
or anything. I was just looking.
No,
Why
I
were you
just-
texting your landlord? It's so hot.
Yeah, that's what I texted.
Oh, poor Jarret.
If you can bring the temperature down. Oh, sorry, Anthony, go ahead. I was just going to vamp.
No, I don't. What? Just whatever. I don't care. Do whatever you want.
So those were my two unrelated ideas: the Nickelback and the gun thing.
Yeah, I'll try to figure out what to say, because I think probably what part of what's making it not as funny is just saying adult contemporary rock, but I don't know. I don't know what. I guess it's weird to write a joke not knowing what the butt of the joke is, but I just like the idea that I didn't like the music more than I didn't like the baby.
Yeah, that's definitely the funny part. That was my note. Was just I would like something that's a little bit more clear, but I don't think that it really will affect it too much. It's clear that you don't like that type of music by the end of the joke.
Yeah. And to the point where I think that if something were actually more universally hated, it would almost be like too heavy-handed or tip the punchline. But if
Yeah.
it's just something that you like, by the end of the joke, everyone realizes that you personally hate. I think that there is more humor there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's my time. I wasn't timing, so I don't know.
You actually have 20 minutes left now, according to Rob's timer.
All right, Brett Druck.
On
Okay.
editing and stuff.
All right. I'm sure you've heard this expression before. Somebody messes something up, and somebody will say, "Oh, that guy really screwed the pooch." What? How is that the go-to expression for making a mistake? What? I mean, it's not like, I would understand if the expression was dropped the cake. That could ruin an hour of somebody's birthday. But I've never tripped and fucked the dog. What? Did something happen? Was somebody supposed to fuck the cat? And they really messed up? Or was it maybe even not even close to what they were supposed to do? Like, somebody came back, they're like, "Jeremy, what are you doing?" He's like, "I'm fucking the dog." Why? You wrote it on the Post-it. It says pick grandma up at the airport. And he's like, "Oh."
And then from here on in, it's forever known.
Yeah,
I thought you were gonna say.
Screw the pooch.
I thought you were gonna say, "Oh, I screwed the pooch." I thought you were gonna wrap it up by saying the.
Oh, maybe.
Thing to say.
Maybe I should have it that way.
I really screwed the pooch this time. I like that.
It's great. I don't know if there's somewhere where you can shoehorn this in, but the idea that I had was it feels a little bit like that expression got started because somebody got caught fucking a dog, and he was like, "Wait, what? This isn't my wife."
Yeah, I mean, I'm already hitting it from so many angles. I could easily put that in there.
Yeah, for sure. That's great. What a great add-on.
Someone got caught having sex with a dog, and they had to make it seem like it was a mistake. Like, whoa, wait a second, this isn't my wife.
And everybody just went with it. They were like, "Oh, remember when Jim really messed up and he fucked the dog instead of his wife? That was hilarious. He really screwed the pooch."
Oh man. Where does that come from? Did you try to research this or look into it at all?
I looked into it and I saw an article that was, I read the first line and it was like, "Does this really come from somebody having sex with a dog?" And then I didn't read anymore because I was like, if it's not finite enough, if it's not
Yeah.
known, if there's the only thing I can find is an article of somebody questioning it and trying to figure it out, then I'm safe to go. There's not going to be anybody in the audience like, actually, it goes. It's a military term,
It is really interesting how many of those kinds of phrases exist, and no one remembers why anyone says it.
Yeah.
No one. You could go back generations, and there's the fact that people say "screw the pooch," and there's potentially no one alive today that knows why. It's
Yeah.
kind of insane.
Yeah, I like I had a I don't think I ever tried it on stage, but the idea of a scapegoat, like that you could just blame something on a goat and people will believe it. Like, "Jim, did you steal my vegetables?" "No, that was the goat." Goat.
That goat really screwed the pooch this time.
Anthony, do you have a cat behind you today?
I do, yeah.
No, that's Merle.
Oh.
That's my
the dog.
That's my cat Benny, who is on the cover of my
Hard drive.
Of
my hard drive. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, Brett, I had another idea.
Please.
So what does somebody say then if they're having sex with a dog on purpose?
Making love to.
Yeah, I don't know. Yes. Did it.
That's offensive to people that purposefully have sex with dogs.
Oh, there was another line that I wanted to say in the beginning. I forgot, which is before I get into it, before I even say "fuck the dog," or I said I never tripped and fucked the dog. But before that, I wanted to say Granted, I think in any situation where you have had sex with a dog, you have messed up. So I get it on that front.
That's fine.
Whatever you were trying to do, you didn't do it right. Because you're having sex with a dog right now.
What if there's somebody that meant to do it, they got caught doing it, and they're like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Screwed the pooch. It's exactly what I wanted. I really screwed the pooch this time."
Yeah, for that guy, screwing the pooch means I nailed it.
Yeah. Totally nailed it. And by it, I mean the dog.
I nailed the dog.
I screwed the pooch.
With my dick. And it's dog pussy. I get your voice, Brett.
You guys really are. I just throw it out there. You guys finish it off. It's done.
Finish it off much like the dog was finished off by the end of it all.
Yep. Well, that's when the pooch screws you.
In Russia.
Turns out
For all the Yakov Smirnoff fans, we got...
Yeah. The dog was cake.
I was trying to think of, and I don't think I really succeeded, but where there is like the real justification for that phrase comes from somebody trying to put into words just how badly you screwed up. You screwed up so bad, and he's just like, it's as if, and basically what you just said, like, it's as if I just told you to pick up your grandmother, and instead you took Fluffy and you fucked Fluffy in the asshole. That's what you did instead of what you were supposed to do. I don't know why that would be funny, but that was just something I was trying to imagine.
Yeah, I like that. It's gonna be hard. I feel like I can attack it from a lot of angles the way that I'm doing it, but it's going to be hard for me to
almost accept that one.
Yeah, to judge
Exactly.
anything that does make it make sense kind of works against
Exactly.
the way that I'm attacking it right now. But I do like that, and there may be a way for me to make that happen.
That's why I was like, I'm thinking of this angle, but it doesn't really jive. But I figured I'd say it out loud.
Right. But yeah, that definitely justifies it. There's no situation in where you fucked the dog and you did what you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
And people are happy about it. Good work back there with the
pooch
dog.
screwing. Can you
There
think
were a
of
lot
a
of guard
scenario?
dogs, and we needed to get by them, and you did your job, my friend.
Above and beyond. You,
That might be
my friend,
funny if you can come up with
screwed
an extremely elaborate scenario where screwing the pooch was just like what the doctor ordered.
This goes back to the heist thing, where it's like everybody has a specialty, and there's a good guy. It's like the best way to get around guard dogs is to
Seduce
have
them.
sex with them. And that is what I do.
What's he
I'm
for?
the best at what I do.
He's just the
I
quiet
like-
guy
I
smoking
like-
a cigarette in the background. He never says what he's for until finally, leave this to me.
I like the idea
Barry
that
Manilow on.
maybe there's somebody else who tried to do it, and this guy's like, you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. It's just, then he fucks the dog.
That other guy is like, I got friend zoned.
Okay. Great notes. I'll do one more. This will probably be the same note that I gave Rob earlier. My landlord says time is money. And yet, when I offer to hang out instead of pay rent, that's it. That's the joke.
I like
You're
it.
not that stupid, Brad. Nobody's gonna
I like
believe
it.
that. Nobody's gonna believe that. You were smart a second ago. Now you're stupid.
I don't
Nope.
think I said it quite in that tone.
They'll believe it if you
still
tell they'll believe it if you tell the lifeguard joke first. Then nothing you say will make it seem like you are too stupid.
That joke did very well on Friday.
I'm sure it did.
I opened
sure
up with it.
did. That was your first joke.
That was my first joke.
First joke.
I was so excited. They loved it. And they all said, wow, that's a great joke. We have no other criticisms.
They put that in the chat.
Yep.
No notes. No notes.
How clever.
No, it did actually do very, very, very well.
I love this joke. Time is money. Often hang out. It's great.
Yeah, it's funny. I like it.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it too. I'm not sure what I would change. I mean, other than sort of the way that Rob just is he frozen? The way that he just referenced. Oh,
Sorry.
I was just thinking.
the way that he referenced it sort of had some closure. I think the only reason maybe yours wouldn't work is that you go, when I offer to hang out, I would kind of
it
like
does need a finality.
if it did, but the concept I think is very funny, and it might work that way. I mean, I still laughed, but that's
Yeah, sometimes you can get away with that if people are like laughing over it. You're just like, there's no end to that. You just sort of like
yeah.
do the face and people laugh and then you go on to your next joke.
Yeah.
But I think potentially it could be stronger if it was sort of wrapped up. The idea is very
Eviction.
funny. Yeah.
Eviction.
Yeah.
Say eviction.
When I offer to hang out, I get evicted. I think it's funny. Yeah. I don't know really what I would even add. It's just seems like a good one-liner.
You know, I'll just write down, come in with less perfect jokes here. And then maybe. All right. Well, that definitely isn't enough time. I thought these would go longer.
You got another one?
I was
mean,
gonna say, I like how
we don't have to be done with this one. I just don't initially have something to add to it. I'm still willing to think about it if there's.
Well, I'm done waiting for you to come up with something. So, moving on.
Time is money, Anthony.
I was gonna say, I like how we're constantly on the lookout for somebody freezing in these. You know, if somebody's too still for a little bit. They're frozen. This is not something that I can do though, because no matter how still I am, there will still be beads of sweat just like pouring off my head. He's just not moving. He's still. He's got a stream going still. A stream of sweat coming off of his head.
Nice. Man, I had a box of Honey Nut Checks. Pretty good.
I love it. Open with it.
Brett, it's okay to not have anything.
No, I have something. J.K. Rowling. Boy, the pandemic and zombies.
It's okay. As soon as this is over, I get to take a shower. So it is fine. It is fine to not have any more jokes.
I do have one more, but I will. Well, we're not doing Friday. I'll do it. So I get paid in cash quite a bit. I don't make a lot of money as a comedian. But whenever I'm out with friends and I go to pay for something, I pull out a big wad of cash and people are like, whoa, drinks on you. And then I have to explain that that's all of my money. That's it. That's all I got.
I like that. It sounds a little familiar. I don't think anybody has it, but there's something about it that just like reminded me of something.
I may have done that on the road with you before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably where
I
I
definitely
got
had it
that.
for a while. It's
Yeah.
an older thing. Mm-hmm. I did it, and it just didn't have enough. I felt like.
I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to connect that to your time is money joke, just because money is the theme. But that's my thought. I don't have a way that it fits, but that's what I'm thinking right now of how it could.
I don't know where this train of thought is going, but I was like, I'm at least wealthy enough where when I have all of my money on me, it looks like I have a lot of money on me.
I like that.
Yeah, there's no thought there. That's just like
You can be a high roller.
maybe there's a
once.
direction there.
Yeah, I have enough money. I have. I'm broke enough that I can fit all of my money in my pocket, but not enough. I'm not broke enough that pulling it out won't get a reaction. Or maybe I would reverse that.
You're
I'm
like,
not broke enough that pulling it out won't get a reaction, but I am broke enough that I can fit all of it in my pocket.
drinks are on me, everybody. I guess I'll wait another 6 months to get that physical.
For some reason, I'm trying to go down a path of, this is all the money I have. So these are all these include all of my assets. You know, I am the most liquid person that there is. This is it. This is like everything that I own. There's no other, or maybe the opposite of that, where it's like, oh, you know, I'd love to help you out, but all my assets right now are tied up in my right pocket. So this is, I have this right now, but the rest is all tied up in like here and like down here or whatever.
The thing that I keep getting stuck on is imagining what it would be like if everybody else at the table had all of their money with them. And I can't figure out a way to like make it funny or make it relate to Brett's joke, but like that's where I'm like, my brain is like being like, oh, but if you brought all of your money, it would be, you know, in a wheelbarrow or in a couple of armored cars or something. Mine fits in my pocket. Again, these are just thoughts.
It's a wheelbarrow.
Little poems. A what?
But you know, I also say
wheelbarrow,
even though I know it's wheelbarrow.
Oh my God, I've been saying that wrong my whole life.
What were you saying, Jarret?
Wheelbarrow.
Oh.
Like a barrel with wheels.
Yeah. That's what I always
makes
say
sense.
too.
I used to think that when I was younger, and then someone told me it was wrong, and then that was it. And then it was just, and now I'm just passing it on.
I don't like.
It's your curse now.
Oh, hey, my AC just started working. That's nice.
Wait a minute, Ben just called me. He wants me to run the business.
That'd be funny if that's a weird curse that you have to find someone who doesn't know what wheelbarrow is, and then you finally lifted. The curse is lifted when you pass that knowledge on.
Trump was impeached?
I do
So
like
no
the
notes
idea.
on my joke?
Shit.
No, we did. We gave you a bunch.
See how it feels? You see how it feels?
When we just go blank and then go off on our own conversations.
I think we're
yeah.
definitely having an ADD day.
Yeah,
That wheelbarrow thing, man, it really solved everything, you know, all intensive purposes, you know, just really solved.
funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the idea. I think it's funny, but I'm having a hard time adding to it. I guess it's. I like
Me too.
the
That's
idea
why I
that
brought
you.
it to the group.
I
But
like
I
the
thought
idea.
we're a bunch of comedians with decades of experience.
Well, I guess they're a bunch of just grammar Nazis. Bunch of know-it-alls.
It also reminds me of like
Knows
back
it
in the
all.
day before. Back in the day before there were banks and people used to just like hold all their money on them all the time, you know.
Yeah, but that's when a penny was like worth
Yeah.
something. So if you had like a couple of dollar bills or something, you were, you know.
It's almost
you were
like
rich.
what a hipster does. You know how they like take something from the past and they like use it now? You know? So like maybe if you, as part of that joke, you want to say like, it's not because I'm poor, it's not because I'm broke, it's because I'm just cool. You know? I'm doing like the settlers did, you know?
Oh, this is all the money I have. This is it. This is everything. I like the idea that if somebody robbed you, they would rob you of your entire life. Kind of.
Oh, yeah, like people are like, hey, if somebody holds you up at gunpoint, just give them the money. It's not worth it. I'm like, it is worth it.
Yes.
You either shoot me or I starve to death. It's like, these are my two options right now. I'd rather something quick.
Yeah, those things are that make me laugh. Is just the idea of you for some reason getting held up, and then your money being tied up in things, but not really. Like just the idea of liquidity is for some reason just making me laugh, but I don't know how to make that funny.
You know, people with a lot of money say like, right now I have a lot of my money is tied up with stocks, and you go, mine's with a rubber band.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I could just go right into, this is all of my money. And another example of, if you were to liquidate all of your money, and then it fit in your pocket, that's what's going on right here.
Yeah. Right.
Already liquidated. Pre-liquidated.
Yeah.
I've never had money as a solid. Only liquid here, baby.
Ooh. Maybe
Got some
you
wet
keep,
pockets.
your money on your person the way someone might keep a portfolio. So you're just like, oh, yep, right here, that's stocks, and this is right pocket there. That's savings. That's retirement. Retirement over in the back right pocket there. So every day I take $1 and I put it over there. But all your money is still just.
When I do my taxes, I literally just lay this out on my couch and take a picture.
I like the idea that you
That's
refuse to consolidate any of your finances, just splitting it up throughout the pockets.
Yeah, there's something I love the IRS. When I do my tax, it's just there it is. This is everything.
You just sit down, you're like, put it right on the table. That's it.
You know that that little hidden pocket that they have in the jeans? That's like the little pocket above the big pocket. Mm-hmm. It'd be funny if you put like a nickel in there, and we're like, Uncle Sam's not finding out about that.
That's your Swiss bank account.
You're offshore. And it's funny. Yeah, I think we gave that more consideration.
You guys pulled it out
than usual.
after I criticized you.
Yeah, that's all we needed was a nice swift kick in the pants.
I think
guys.
it's a fair argument if I tell you I like it, but it doesn't give me any ideas. I mean,
Yeah, that's what we've been trying to say to you for weeks.
I know. That's what you consistently say with every one of my jokes.
I'm so glad you guys have never had that problem with my jokes. It's always, Jarret, there's a lot of work. There's a lot of work we can do here. We got a lot of ways that we can fix this up and make it better. Really? That's my closer. I've been doing that for 10 years. Yeah, I'm glad you brought it to us because now we got something to talk about.
Yeah, my ego, just when that happens, I'm like, good job, Brett. You wrote something hilarious. Imperfect.
Anthony, I feel like sometimes with your jokes, we'll say things, but it's like off topic or it's not because you already have like an angle. So we're just like, oh, well, how about this? And you're like, yeah, but that's different than what I'm doing. And we're like, yeah, that is different. And then we just don't know what to say.
Sometimes. I mean, I don't take it personally. It's all part of the, if I say a joke, you guys could be like, that's not good. Or you could say, yeah, it's good the way it is. Or maybe it's just a one-liner. So I never really get upset about it. It's all of it is useful. Even if I don't get any tags or anything, it's useful to know that 3 other people were like, I don't know what to do with this. That's going to happen sometimes.
Mm-hmm. I will take you guys not having feedback over you guys interrupting my joke 30 times as I try to stop it. I'm always okay with that.
That sounds really frustrating, Brett.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go through that, especially on the hottest day of the year.
Yeah. I mean, at least you have cool air to soothe your addled nerves in that situation.
How would you react to everybody talking about someone else's jokes during your time? How does that work? Do you feel good about that?
Is the
No,
band
I wouldn't
breaking
want
up
that
now?
either. This is great.
No, I
Just
don't
want to
mind.
stick around after the show to pass around any passive-aggressive comments. Or
We will see you in the passive-aggressive comments.
could that be a Patreon tier as well? Watch the 4 boys bicker amongst each other to see who's got it worst.
Guys, thanks for listening and watching. We hope you enjoyed. If you want to see episodes before they come out, you can go to our Patreon and subscribe, do all that stuff. Otherwise, we will just see you in the comments.
Yeah, what he said.
This is Anthony ruining my outro.
Anthony trying to blow it with yet another group of comedy people. Ruining the outro.
There's something about Anthony's personality. I feel like he's just begging us to take the things that he's making. You know what I mean? not jokes, but like organizations, like infrastructure. I feel like that's, I don't know. There's just something about it.
Join us next week with Jarret, Rob, Brett, and somebody else who is not Anthony.
Hey guys, welcome to Is This Something? We do not own Is This Anything anymore.
Welcome
all
to
of those
the
passwords.
Is This Anything?
Is this anything? With Jirb.
Welcome to Is This Anything Official?
Is this anything? One.
Yeah, no, I'll talk to you guys about this on Thursday. Okay.
Cool.
Oh, wait, before you guys go.
Does everybody want to take a turn? This feels like that kind of bit.
It
So.
does feel like that kind of bit, but Brett nailed it. So good.
I guess I'll see you guys on Thursday then. Nothing else?
I would just like to add.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Check back for more individual clips and full episodes every Monday, or you can listen wherever you enjoy podcasts. If you want to support the show and get access to special fan-only content, go to patreon.com/ITAPod. That's ITAPod, as in Is This Anything Podcast. Relevant links in the description. Take care.